Yo, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Ben Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Out here, just got done playing some recreational basketball, and now I wanted to talk about, what I've seen so far in these NBA Finals, particularly in Game 4. Now, to recap what I saw in Game 3, what I saw is that in Game 3, the Indiana Pacers played smarter basketball, and the OKC Thunder didn't take advantage of a lot of the mistakes Indiana was making, because a lot of times, especially in the fourth quarter, the worst side of Indiana comes out is when they try to play, conservative basketball and they don't play aggressively. And in Game 3, they didn't do that, and they were able to get the job done and got the victory. Game 4 was a different story, because as soon as Indiana was ahead in the game, in the last 3.5 minutes, they pretty much tried to wind down the clock and try to get shots off within like 5 or 6 seconds left on the shot clock. And against a team like OKC, you can't play that way. And Indiana, here's the messed up part. They went 0 for 8 in the fourth quarter. They only scored 16 points. And more importantly, too, they turned the ball over at least 12 times in that quarter. So you think about it. In each of these games in this series, whoever's taking control in the fourth quarter was going to determine the outcome of the victory. And we saw how Indiana took advantage of OKC's lack of aggressiveness, and more importantly, when OKC doesn't take advantage of Indiana's mistakes, they won the games. When OKC has pretty much, determined how they're going to utilize when they force their turnovers against Indiana, they won the games. So really, it's a contrast in the styles that we've seen in the first 4 games of this series, and I gotta tell you, it's been really competitive basketball. And I will say it like this too. Tyrese Haliburton, he only has one good game thus far in this series, but he still hasn't yet to break out yet. One of these games, he's going to have a 30-point dub. And if you're OKC, you just hope that it doesn't happen in OKC, because now it's the best of 3. Because now one of these teams is going to have to win on the road to win the title. And Monday night, I'm going to see how things turn out, because remember, OKC has had their number when they literally have basically put their foot on the gas pedal and not let up. We saw that in Game 2, and we partially saw that in the last 3.5 minutes of Game 4. So, honestly, the way I see it now, this could go either way. So, but the thing that you have to be concerned if you're an Indiana fan is the conservative play that the Indiana Pacers did in Game 4, especially in that 3.5 minute stretch when they only scored 1 point. I mean, that's just embarrassing. And literally, right now, they blew a golden opportunity. They were up by as many as 10 to 12 points midway through the third quarter, but they let OKC hang around. You can't let a team like this hang around for too long, because why? They're too talented to basically let them off the hook. So I'm anxious to see Monday night in Game 5 how both these teams tried to come out with it. At this point right now, I would say that Tyrese Haliburton has to get that breakout game in Games 5, or if they make it to Game 7, because he's got to be the man to basically take the team by the reins. As for Shai, we know what Shai's been doing thus far, but one thing's for certain though. There's no one in Indiana that can guard Shai. And if the other guys around him, like the Chet Holmgrens, the Lou Dorts, and the Jalen Williams of the world, if they step up and really, hit their shots consistently and continue to play aggressive defense, they're gonna be holding the NBA championship. So it's a contrast in the styles, and I've enjoyed this series. It's actually the first time in a while that we've seen a 2-2 tie in an NBA Finals, a very long time. So I'm very excited about the basketball we've been seeing. And more importantly, too, these two teams, they've been playing very hard. And the last, 5 minutes of the fourth quarter has been the determining outcome of each of these games. So we're going to have a close game down the stretch. And it could be a game winner in one of these games. And I will not be surprised if the series goes to Game 7. Because it's just these two teams they've been evenly matched so far. So, and like I've always said, it doesn't matter what the record is or what the ranking is. It's about a contrast in the styles, and these two styles have really matched up with each other very, very well. So we'll see what happens in Game 5 on Monday night. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. With that, I'm out. Peace.